Hey guys, today for this video, we're going to be doing another overview on a ship that has recently been introduced to the game, and really, that's now under work now. Oh, and this one's going to be a good one, guys, because this ship was introduced in the World of Warships development blog on July the 12th. Today here we've got the newest battlecruiser to the game, the USS Alaska, at tier 9. Which will be joining in with the Kronstadt at here. Alaska is a pretty requested ship. Has been a pretty requested ship to the game because honestly, you see, people have wondered how this thing would do in game. I thought this thing would be a tier 10, but it ended up getting classified as a tier 9. Not strong enough to be a tier 10. But anyways, we're gonna be taking a look at the Alaska and see how good this battlecruiser will be. Because this is beginning interesting with battlecruiser evolution, because it seems that from tier 3 to 8, they're basically just battleships with lighter armor, but then tier 9 and 10 they end out as basically scaled down battleships, or enlarged cruisers essentially. But either way, I would rather call this a battleship, battle cruiser, and not an actual cruiser. But is there, so graph speaking, can still keep the place of largest guns of any heavy cruiser. All right. Anyway, with that said, let's just get right into. All right. So, first up, hit pool. It's significantly much lower than the Kronstadt at only 60,800 hit points. It has this. It does have the same armor belt thickness of 9 inches. Torpedo damage reduction, not that too good. But then again, this is part battleship and part cruiser, so this is how tier 9 and 10 battle cruisers are. So, it has the same firing. It still has the same main armament as Kronstadt. But what we're seeing already is that the Alaska has a okay. Alright, so already is that the Alaska actually does have much less HP. However, but this is compensated for the fact that Alaska actually has a very well armored, but Alaska has actually a very good armor system. But what I've heard, the Alaska is actually very good at auto bouncing a lot of shells. Even at an angle, at long range, it can. Guess what? It can bounce Yamato shells. What? You don't believe me? I'll remember to put a video link in the description into other Alaska overview video. To prove you guys, and hopefully you'll find it. Find out. Auto bouncing shells, being 18-inch shells, is something the Kronstadt can't do. But that's something that the Alaska can already do. But keep in mind, it is a work in progress right now. The ship was just introduced. You can see at the day here. Right now. Next up. Alright. So the reload time is just like the Kronstadt at Air Force main battery guns of 20 seconds. And 108-degree turn time, 36 seconds. Then again, this is, it's a battle cruiser. What did you expect? And in terms of size, this thing's about, equal size of the Kronstadt right now. Of the Kronstadt. It's a little longer than the Kronstadt. So yeah, gonna have a hard time earning. So the secondaries, I mean, it's got the same secondary layout as on a typical U.S. cruiser. You know, six twin turrets with 5-inch guns. And the reload time is, well, 6 seconds. Well, I mean, it is kind of a little low, you know, considering the fact that other U.S. cruisers have secondary guns that can fire 12 rounds a minute. That's 6 seconds is pretty long reload time. I'm for this ship. I mean, the AA defense, though, I mean, as you look on the picture here, you can see you can see there's a lot of AA guns. I mean, I bet the AA guns are I've also heard that the AA guns are actually very strong, making this battlecruiser something that aircraft carriers are going to avoid. So there's another advantage it has over the Kronstadt. So yeah, it has the advantage of it's got armor that can auto bounce 18-inch shells. It's 18-inch shells and has a better AA defense than Kronstadt. So there's two. I mean, turning circle radius is pretty big, 850 meters, I mean, rudder shift time, that's also pretty long, 13.8 seconds. And, I mean, the surface detectability range is very similar to that of the Hindenburg, 16.2 kilometers. Or so, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, then again, this is a big ship. I mean, it's 808 feet long. This is an 808-foot-long battlecruiser, so... Oh, alright, let's see. Alright, for available consumables, of course, you have the damage control party, defensive AA fire / hydroacoustic search. So you can choose out. I mean, so if you're more... I mean, defensive AA fire already can make this thing very deadly to enemy aircraft carriers. Here's a tier 9. Tier 9, so... And then... I mean, hydroacoustic search is always great, too, if you, seem to get attacked by destroyers so frequently, so I would recommend hydroacoustic search if you just get attacked so frequently by destroyers. But I'd probably take defensive AA fire, because I'm pretty careful with destroyers. But that's my recommendations. And then it's got spotting aircraft, cable fire, and surveillance radar, just like other U.S. cruisers do, like with the Des Moines. And then, of course, repair party. I mean, obviously, it's a tier 9 ship. And all these stats are listed without crew and upgrade modifiers, but with the best available modules. The stats are subject to change while testing. I mean, then again, they just introduced this thing. I mean, it hasn't even appeared to the wiki yet. So, let's take a look around at the ship here. So, yeah, the ship's pretty long. It looks more like an enlarged Baltimore, kinda. But then again, and you can see that that its bridge is shaped like that of a battleship, as well. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but back there, by the stern's actually very flat, like the Des Moines. So that's going to be a little problematic. I mean, flat sterns, can cause... Ships with flat sterns can have can have problems already. I mean, literally... Des Moines... some of the U.S. high-tier cruisers, like the Baltimore, Buffalo, and Des Moines, and the Worcester, they get butt shots on these ships often can really hurt, even without citadels. It's because the stern is so flat. The stern is flat on the Alaska. I don't know if you can notice it, but looking at images of the Alaska can clearly show. It can clearly show here. I mean, and there's also the fact that this can also help resist against even 18-inch shells, which is quite surprising. So I'm quite shocked that this thing can auto bounce 18-inch shells at an angle. So that's gonna make Yamatos and Masashis, Wind Conquerors as well, very annoyed. If that happens. So, having their shells auto bounce by a tier 9 battlecruiser. I mean, the guns look more like cruiser shell or guns. Basically an enlarged Baltimore, essentially. But you're probably wondering how I think this. Ship would perform. So, the ship would be probably, well, the ship. Yep, it would. So yeah, enemy cruisers of tier 9 would certainly want to avoid this ship. And certainly treat it like a battleship. I mean, a lot of people would treat it like a battleship, kind of like how we would with a Kronstadt. Right, though I did just run into a Kronstadt yesterday, and I got rid of it pretty easily. Even citadeled it, well, with just a cruiser. So yeah, cruiser technology has been changing here right now. I mean, literally, we're seeing battle cruisers in the game now that are getting classified as cruisers. Basically just enlarged cruisers, essentially. But anyway, so yeah, it's going to be very good at annoying. So it's going to be very good at irritating Yamatos and Masashis if you manage to angle properly to make the shells get bounced. So it's going to be very good at killing battleships as well. I mean, it's got to have that ability at least. At least it's certainly, I mean, like the Kronstadt, it's a super Scharnhorst, It's a super Scharnhorst, but of course, without torpedoes, but I still think this thing's also very dangerous against aircraft, too. I mean, much more dangerous than the Kronstadt, That's so, I mean, it would kind of be problematic for, some tier 10 cruisers. Though don't forget, this thing is pretty large. I mean, this thing's pretty large, actually. I mean, just don't forget that this thing is, well, I mean, it is hecka large. I think it's even larger than the Moskva. I forgot how long the Project 66 cruisers were going to be. Yeah, I think I forgot. Wait, I don't know. Wait, I don't know. I don't know how. I can't remember the size of the Moskva compared to the Alaska. I mean, some tier 10 cruisers would easily. This thing would just be no threat to a lot of tier 10 cruisers. I mean, I don't think it would be a threat to a Des Moines either. I mean, especially by the fact that Des Moines can auto bounce shells up to 15 inches in caliber. So, which already makes it very dangerous for even the Alsace, and certainly the Alaska. But either way, guys, those were my opinions on the U.S. Battlecruiser Alaska. I do have dreams of getting my hands on this thing, maybe one day, and try and get out. Oh, and I do look forward to seeing this, or to actually having some tough fights with this thing, in the future. Either way, guys, hope this video helped you out here. If it did, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you enjoy what happens on this channel, then please don't forget to subscribe to see my later videos. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.